me, Kalila. So today, y'all, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what I like about retying and what I like about retwisting. Now, if you are new here, I am 2 years locked, and for the first year, I did interlocking. I did the 3-point rotation method, and for the second year, I retwisted my locks. And at the end of the video, I'm going to let you guys know, am I going back to interlocking or am I going to continue to retwist? Okay, so let's get started. I'm not going to really say what I don't like about something. Maybe if I need to, I will. But if you know what I like about one thing, you're kind of going to guess what I don't like about the other thing, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's start with the retwisting. With retwisting, the number one thing that everybody likes about it is that it is quick. Okay, so of course that's what I liked about it. It is super quick. I used to do my retwist in between 2 to 4 hours. It literally took no time to do, even with having to use a product and clips. Literally took no time to do. I have maybe, I always say about 550 locks. I'm not sure the count because I've taken some down, did them over, taken some and all that. So I just say about 550 locks, and it took me 2 to 4 hours to retwist for maintenance and been done. Okay, another thing is that it is super easy to do. All you are doing is just twisting. You don't have to remember which way you twisted. Like, hey, wait. It's super easy to twist. Done. I didn't do anything special. I didn't do like comb coil or anything like that. I simply just twisted mine back. I did try palm rolling twice, but I prefer just twisting it back with my fingers. And that way I am pretty much knowing that I grab everything, all like baby hairs that are growing in or anything like that. Simply just twist back. Okay. Another thing is no tools to twist. You do need clips. Well, I did use clips, and I did use product, but there's no tool that you have to figure out if this is the right tool, is this the right size to worry about. So no tool needed. I do really like how they look. I love the silky smooth, this shiny look of retwist. I do really love that. Not to say that I don't like interlocks, because I do like the way those look too, but we'll get to that. Another thing is you can do just like a quick touch up with them. So like for instance, this hairstyle, this is new maintenance, so I don't need it, but I would have retwisted these edges in no time, put my scarf on, got dressed, and then it would have been ready by the time I was dressed. So just easy to do a quick touch up. You can do a quick touch up with reties as well, but it's still at the end of the day interlocking, so you got to grab the tool. Quick touch up for the retwist. And I love that with retwisting I was able to keep a lot of my growth. I lose a lot of growth when I am retying. So if I have an inch of growth, I'm losing probably half of it with retying, and retwisting I'm only losing, like I'll have this much growth and I only lose a little bit. So I was able to keep a lot of my growth with retwisting. Two more things that I like about retwisting that's kind of top tier, that goes with like how quick it is, like same level. There's no knots. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you're interlocking, you could possibly interlock the wrong direction, or the lock itself will go into the wrong direction and you will put a knot in the lock. When you're pulling it back through, you will put a knot in the lock. Now for me, I did get some of mine out. I did that a few times and I was able to get the knot out, but some of them I still got knots. Like you can tell, maybe no one else could tell because we have so many locks, but yeah, didn't have to worry about getting no knots with retwisting. And another thing is there's no snagging or intertwining with another lock. So same thing, when you are pulling it through, you possibly take the interlock tool through another lock and you take it through, and then it's like intertwined in there. So you can try to reverse it. If you catch it, you can try to reverse it to get it out of there, but if not, then you have to worry about cutting it out, or you're just going to combine those two locks. What are you going to do? So those are some of the things I like about retwisting. Sorry, y'all, I am sick. So it's tea. To retying, things I like about retying. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to worry about product. That is one of the things that I like about retying. I use mousse with my retwist, but you can use wire. So you don't necessarily need product with retwisting, but I did use mousse for sure because I did want to make sure I had the best hold I could have. So, but with retying, you do not need any product. Another thing, like I already said, is that I do love the way that interlocks look as well. I love that they already look like a lock. Like, I love that. It's just, it doesn't look mature, but it does look like a lock versus a coil looking like a lock, if that makes sense. The main thing that I love about interlocks is that the interlocks provide the most security. So you don't have to worry about, oh, is it going to unravel? Oh, is it going to slip? You do with like baby locks and things like that, and depending on your hair texture or something like that. But for the most part, you do not have to worry about, oh, if I go work out, am I going to mess up my fresh retwist? No, it does provide the most security, and that's why I do not really recommend retwist. It's just the less worries with activities you're doing. So if you work out a lot, if you exercise a lot, if you're doing grown-up stuff every day, you know, you don't have to worry about sweating them out and things like that. That brings me to say, am I going to switch back to interlocking or am I going to keep retwisting? If you follow my Instagram, I did already make a reel and I said, so I did a thing, can you tell? And people were saying, retie, did you cut your end, fresh retwist? So yes, I did retie it, and that is probably why it looked like I cut my ends, because I lost length when I retied it. So that's just hilarious to me. But yes, I did retie. I do plan to probably go ahead and keep retying. It was not planned at all. I was literally in my bed. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I was just like, I'm about to retie my hair. I had been doing hair all day, and I was like, dang, I need to actually do my retwist tomorrow. And I was like, you know what, I'm about to retie. I'm about to sit in my bed and retie it. Like, that's the old school way I actually used to do my hair. I used to just sit in my bed and braid my hair. Like, I didn't go to a mirror and all that to braid it. So with retwist, though, I would have to go to the mirror. So I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I went to retie. But I'm honestly falling back in love with my locks. I love my locks, but I had fell out of love with them somewhere around my 1 year. I fell out of love, and that's why I went to retwisting in the first place, because I wasn't sure how long I was going to keep them. And so I'm falling back in love with them. So I was like, I think I need to go back to interlocking them, because I want them to have the best maintenance if I am going to keep them. I think I had my break. I had a 1 year break, and yeah, I think I'm going to go back to interlocking now. Every now and again, who knows, I might retwist just to have a quick maintenance. But even with that quick twist, it's not going to be like I'm going to have a retie, then a twist, then a retie. You know, once I do the interlocking here, it's going to knock this out, because this is not going to be mature. That retwisting part is not going to be mature anyway, so I'm going to be interlocking over that. So yeah, y'all, I am back to interlocking. I've already interlocked twice, and the first night, I'm going to put it here because I have it totaled up because it was 3 days. and it took a very long time. And then the second time I think was like 11 hours the second time. So I get back into it, try to get at least get to 9 or 10 hours. But I'm not going to be interlock mine every 2 weeks or something like that, because I feel like that's going to cause maybe some breakage if I'm interlocking that much. I feel like people do their maintenance very, very quick, and that's why it only takes them. And I can see it taking a loctician maybe 6 hours, but it's taking those people maybe 6 hours because they just they just did a retie. I think you should only do reties between 6 to 8 weeks. So, but I'm probably gonna do it for it. But we'll see. It's been a while, so we'll see, y'all. We'll see what I'm gonna do. I gotta get back into the flow of retie now. But yeah, y'all, that is it. Let me end this video before it gets too long and I get to talking and rambling about nothing. Please let me know in the comments if you are retying or retwisting or thinking about switching to one or the other. Please remember to subscribe. And until next time, y'all, bye.